You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hello, this is Dr. Robin Gansert on Be Humane on Pet Life Radio. Thanks so much for listening this week. It's a very special episode as we come to you from Capitol Hill. Yes, American Humane Association hosted this week our first congressional briefing on the Humane Table, celebrating the humane heartland and our farmers and ranchers in this country who have actually stepped up to make sure that their animals are raised humanely. All of us who love animals also care deeply about the welfare and the well-being of animals on our nation's farms and ranches. And this week, from Capitol Hill, we'll take a deeper dive as we learn more about the advancements that farmers and ranchers have made to make sure that all animals are indeed treated humanely. You know, American Humane Association has had this country's very first national farm animal welfare program. Today, 14 years after this program was founded, we now certify the humane treatment of nearly 1 billion, that's billion with the B, animals on our nation's farms and ranches. And that's a really incredible number. You know, we've built this program based on science. We have some of the world's leading scientists, veterinarians, and animal behaviorists who sit on our scientific advisory committee. They provide their thought capital, their leadership, and certainly their engagement with this issue. And they also bring to us and to our certification standards the latest farm animal welfare research. Each of our farms that participate in the American Humane Certified Program subject themselves to unannounced audits throughout the year. They all agree to participate in a standard-setting process that includes meeting 200 plus animal welfare standards. So each chicken, each dairy cow that participate in the American Humane Certified Program really are able to live a life that is indeed humane, and humane as determined through leading scientific practices and evidence-based practices that have really served our nation's farm and animals very well. So we're thrilled today on Capitol Hill to have a special message from farm animal pioneer Dr. Temple Grandin. Yes, we also have a credible heritage turkey farmer from Illinois. John Keveney will be with us. We have a leading animal advocate, Michael Tenenbaum. We have the president and CEO of the National Milk Producers Federation, Jim Mulhern, with us today. And we have CEO of the Animal Ag Alliance, Kay Johnson Smith. Kay also joins us on Capitol Hill. And I'm so delighted that the CEO of Acland's Best, Charlie Langtry, will be with us too. So cheers to all of these wonderful leaders in farm animal welfare for spending their time and energy on our issues, on ensuring indeed that animals in this country are treated humanely. Our special celebrity of the day is Top Chef Masters winner, Chef Douglas Keane. Yes, and I tell you, Chef Keane is going to share with all of us later in the episode his brand new recipe that he created for our congressional briefing on the Humane Table. Thanks so much for listening. This is Dr. Robin Gansert. You're listening to Be Humane on Pet Life Radio. We'll be right back with you live from Capitol Hill after this short message.
We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Pet Life Radio, the #1 pet radio network on the planet, joins forces with iHeartRadio to put the power of your pets in your pocket. Awesome! Download the iHeartRadio app and rock Pet Life Radio on your phone, on your tablet, on your Xbox, in your car. Pet talk, pet tunes, and fun pet times. Pet Life Radio and iHeartRadio. Positively Possum.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, welcome back to our show. This is Robin Gansert on Be Humane on Pet Life Radio. We're coming at you from Capitol Hill briefing on the Humane Table. And I am so proud to be with an American heritage turkey farmer today who celebrated what it is to be humane with us on Capitol Hill. Here with me is John Keveney.
Thank you, Robin. Glad to be here and glad to see the great crowd you've got.
Well, tell us a little bit about your incredible turkeys, especially that they can see, our listeners can see them on Google Earth.
That's right. You can see if you Google our farm, the address to our farm, you can see it on the web. I'll say it right off the bat, it's the best turkey I think you'll ever eat. A lot of people think I oversell that turkey when I say that, but most of the people that we sell a turkey to, once they've tasted it, they will agree with me.
That's wonderful. Well, I tell you, John, we're so proud that your turkeys are American Humane certified. Can you tell us what that means to you?
Well, I think it's an important part of our business. We basically have two types of customers, those that have a lot of discretionary income and just like our products and want to support our farm. But we've got another group of customers that's young families. They're interested in what their children are eating. They're interested in showing their children how the animal is raised and how it's cared for. And once we have that American Humane logo, it just really adds to a package that appeals to a lot of our customers.
Well, that's so fascinating that you have customers who want to come see the farms, see these turkeys, right? I think that's fantastic. They want to know how they're raised. Did you mention that on the Hill today? Families want to know how the turkeys are raised.
They sure do. And, we've been at this for 15 years. And when we first started, and there's been a lot of jokes since then about, ask your maitre d' at your restaurant how your steak was produced and all that. But really, it's catching on. And just this last year, some of the more conservative groups like University Extension Systems, they are now scheduling tours to farms like us and bringing busloads of people in to basically showcase another side of animal agriculture, the more humane production system.
Well, that's so important because, our survey debuted today, too, and all across America, the 2014 American Humane Farm Animal Welfare Survey, and it showed that a stunning 94% of Americans care. They really care about meaningful farm animal welfare policies, and I think you're one of those leaders, innovative, in really embracing what it is to be humane.
Well, thank you for that. We try to be. I think one of the things as farmers, we always have to take a look at what the trends are, what we can do to separate ourselves out, because we want to, we want to raise healthy food, we want it wholesome, we want to be kind to our animals, we want to do it sustainably. And so when you juggle all those different aspects, then you have to get a premium for your product. And once you have a premium and people can taste the premium, you've got repeat customers.
A healthy, humanely raised bird simply tastes better on a Thanksgiving table, doesn't it?
They sure do, and it's a lot easier to have healthy birds than have birds that are troublesome.
Well, John, so proud to know you and your wonderful wife, Connie. Thanks for what you do. Thanks for being American Humane certified. And thank you for joining us on Capitol Hill as we educated members of Congress today about the values of setting the Humane Table.
Thank you, Robin. Appreciate it.
Hello, this is Robin Gansert on Be Humane on Pet Life Radio. I'm here with Jim Mulhern at the congressional briefing on the Humane Table. Jim is the CEO of the National Milk Producers Federation. I'm so thrilled to have you celebrate Thanksgiving with us.
Well, Robin, it's great to be here. As you know from our conversations, this is such an important issue, both to consumers, to the companies that buy dairy products for my members, and to our members. So we're really happy to be part of this because of our industry's commitment to humane animal treatment. All that we're doing, it's a great opportunity to talk about that here today with congressional staff.
That's wonderful. Well, I know you have a terrific program, the Farm Program, that really is so good for dairy farmers to be able to show the great progress made for animal welfare. Can you tell us a little bit about Farm?
Yeah, it really is. It's both a good program and an important program. I think for us, frankly, this issue came as a little bit of a surprise because we thought we've been doing things right on the farm for many, many years. But as public concerns began to grow and some issues popped up, we realized we had to address this issue head on and be able to talk about what we're doing. So our farm program, Farmers Assuring Responsible Management, is an on-farm audit program that goes to individual farms, looks at the practices that are taking place on those farms, using a series of guidelines that have been established by animal care experts through a collaborative process. And we do evaluations on farms to see that farms are practicing best management that should be done on those farms. What I'm most happy about is the data we're getting in from those evaluations demonstrates the excellent track record America's dairy farmers have for producing milk humanely, treating their animals properly, whether it's nutrition, housing, the environment that they're living in, all the key indicators that you need to be doing a good job on. Dairy farmers across the country are doing those. There are a few areas that we're not doing as good a job, and those are the ones that we're focused on for increased education and producer outreach to get those scores up. But the program is working very well to capture what's going on dairy farms across the country, and it's a very good news story.
Well, that's fantastic. Congratulations. Congratulations to America's dairy farmers. That'll make us all enjoy our yogurt and milk so much more. But we have a big announcement today, Jim. We're announcing, thanks to America's dairy farmers, a donation of 150,000 pounds of cheese to be given to the D.C. Central Kitchen to help be part of the Humane Table for residents of Washington, D.C. Isn't that a significant call to action and a wonderful way to express what the Humane Table is?
Well, it is. It's a great call to action. It's a great development, and frankly, it's part and parcel of our industry, the dairy industry's long-term commitment to helping feed America's population. Every range. We work very closely with a number of groups to provide dairy products to the needy, especially important this time of the year, but really throughout the year. So we're very pleased to be part of this event today and part of an ongoing effort to make sure that America's consumers understand that what goes on the farms is high-quality animal care to produce wholesome, safe food for America's and, frankly, for the world's consumers.
And we can celebrate the bounty, the great bounty of America's farmers and ranchers this Thanksgiving and every day, thanks to groups like yours, really evolving with animal welfare and animal care. Congratulations. Thank you for all you do. And I know I can't wait to bake my pies with all that wonderful milk, maybe a little bit of other things going on too, lots of cream in the coffee this holiday season. Thank you so much, Jim.
Thank you so much, Robin. Great to be here.
Hi, this is Robin Gansert on Be Humane on Pet Life Radio. I'm here from Capitol Hill today at our congressional briefing on the Humane Table with one of my favorite people in the world, the CEO of Eggland's Best, Charlie Langtree. How are you?
Oh, thank you very much. Just great. You had just a great briefing at Capitol Hill here, and it's been phenomenal, and I think the results, and everybody's excited.
That's wonderful. Well, share with us, our listeners, about your message today, because you had some wonderful, wonderful stories to tell about eggs. One of my favorite products, as you know.
Yes, and I thank you for being our best customer. What we wanted to say and communicate was you not only have to have a humanely produced product, but you have to have a safe product. In our case, we have to have a nutritionally superior product for Eggland's Best. Mm-hmm. We have to have an affordable product for Eggland's Best. So the combination of safety, humanely produced, and affordable, that then gives Eggland's Best a reason for being. Mm-hmm. That's why Eggland's Best has had the motto, better taste, better nutrition, better eggs. And that's why we have had sales increases of 14% per year in each of the last 18 years.
You know, Charlie, that number is phenomenal, but I am, as you know, a personal consumer of your product. I love it. It's fantastic. There's no other eggs that I use. So you're doing something right with those birds.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it. And we know you're smart. That's why you use Eggland's Best.
Well, you know what I loved is that you mentioned that your chickens get 8 hours of sleep and they're on an amazing diet. Can you share with our listeners about what those birds eat?
Yes, and these birds, the Eggland's Best birds, eat an all-natural, all-vegetarian diet. So we don't feed any animal fat, we don't feed any animal byproducts or reprocessed foods. Mm-hmm. It's just a natural diet. And in addition to that, we add vitamin D, which is very important, vitamin E. We add omega-3 to the product. And if you put all the things we add to the product, plus all the things we don't feed the bird, you end up with an egg, Eggland's Best, that's nutritionally superior. And being nutritionally superior and not costing too much more, that's why people are eating Eggland's Best.
That's exactly right. Well, Charlie, you're a joy to partner with. I know all at Eggland's Best is American Humane certified, so thank you including that in one of your audits. We were really mighty grateful, and thanks for being part of our Humane Table today.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and thank you for having us, and thank you for considering Eggland's Best as part of the American Humane team.
Thank you.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
It's DesignerPetSweaters.com, the latest fashion trends for our furry friends. Hand-knitted designer sweaters for your precious pup or cool cat. Beautiful couture patterns for your pets, including custom-knitted formal wear, casual wear, yachting, and even sports-themed. Many designer pet sweaters include feathered Tammy hats, top hats, and a lot of sparkle. Each sweater includes leg loops, front paw sleeves, and leash opening. Visit designerpetsweaters.com to order your four-legged fashions today. Your pets will stay warm for the winter and be runway ready. Large or small, we fit them all. designerpetsweaters.com.
Hi, this is Tim Link, animal communicator and pet expert and host of Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. Have you ever wanted to know what your pet is really thinking? Do you want to find out if they truly understand what you're trying to tell them? Ever wish you could build a better understanding and closer relationship with your pet? Well, now you can. Learning to communicate with animals is a 4-part on-demand workshop. In the workshop, you'll learn the essential techniques that are necessary to communicate with animals, including what is animal communication, breathing correctly to achieve the perfect state to communicate with your animals at a deeper level, using guided meditation exercises and method to communicate with animals, and how to send and receive information from your animals. So if you're wanting to learn how to communicate and connect with your animals at a deeper level, visit petliferadio.com/workshop and purchase and download Learning to Communicate with Animals. You'll be glad you did.
Hey there, pet parents. This is Christy Vaughn, host of The Doggy Dish. Do you love your furry companion? Do you love making him or her healthy treats but can't seem to find the time? Great news. The Doggy Dish is the perfect show for you. Every episode is chock full of healthy and easy recipes that are made with ingredients you most likely have on hand. Tune into The Doggy Dish for yummy and healthy recipes for your canine kids.
Every week, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Be Humane. This is Robin Gansert, and we're here from Capitol Hill. This is the Humane Table, our congressional briefing, and I'm here with a very special lady from the Animal Ag Alliance. Kay, please tell all of our listeners about what you do and your special message today from Capitol Hill.
The Animal Ag Alliance is a national nonprofit that works to connect stakeholders across the entire animal ag industry to engage consumers and the media about the importance of animal agriculture and to help them understand animal agriculture, but also to protect consumer choice. So we were very honored to be a part of the Humane Table briefing today to talk about how farmers, large and small, are engaged in raising animals in a humane way. We feel it is very important that farms, whether they're organic or natural, conventional, traditional, that they all implement animal care programs, but using science-based guidelines that have been created by the industry or by American Humane Association.
You know, what you said, too, was a great celebration of American farmers and ranchers. And that's sometimes who we forget to celebrate on Thanksgiving. We celebrate family togetherness, traditions, and just, a lot of the holiday spirit. But, we're able to have an incredible bounty on our tables that make the traditions so meaningful because of American farmers and ranchers. And you celebrated safe, abundant, and affordable. Can you share with listeners what that means to you?
Well, sure. I think in America we are all so blessed because we have only 2 million farm families who are producing food for almost 318 million Americans. And it allows us to have the time and ability to spend with our families, to pursue other career occupations, rather than worrying about having to raise our own food. So I think we don't really recognize the farmers and ranchers and what their contributions to our daily lives really means. And I think at Thanksgiving, I would encourage all Americans to really think about that. Think about how easy it is for us to go to the store, buy our food, and find an abundance of food that is very reasonably priced. And yet, do we know how it got there? So to look at how your food is produced, get to know the farms behind the products that you buy, and really celebrate the American farmer and rancher.
Well, that was our message today from Capitol Hill. And Kay, we were so proud to know you, proud of the work you do to advocate on behalf of American farmers and ranchers. It's a very important message as we go into the holiday season, not just the holiday season, but every day. What a blessing it is to be an American and part of this incredibly robust food system that is so bountiful at all of our tables. Today was also an announcement that I know it made you proud, because we had producers step up today and donate hundreds of turkeys, cheese, thousands of eggs to the D.C. Central Kitchen. What did that mean to you?
Wow, it really is awesome to see and to be able to be here in the nation's capital and hear of these donations back from companies throughout the country to give back to homeless families or families who are in need. Especially this time of year. But I think that's just one example that we see today, but I know hundreds, thousands of farmers across America who give back into their local communities on a daily basis. They're constantly looking for ways to share, to give back, whether it's donating feed to the local animal shelters or it's donating food to the food kitchens. We see examples of this throughout our membership, and they don't do it for the recognition. They don't do it for any other reason than they feel like it's their way to give back and that it's their part of their responsibility and commitment. So I'm glad that it was publicly recognized here today, but I hope consumers look around their community and really understand that it's happening every day all across the country.
That's such a great message. It's a message of compassion, caring, and hope 365 days a year, not just the day we celebrate Thanksgiving. Kate, thank you so very much for being with us today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I am here with a superstar celebrity chef. I am so proud that Chef Douglas Keane joined us today on Capitol Hill for our Humane Table, celebrating the Humane Heartland. Hi, Chef Douglas Keane. I'm a big fan. Tell us what you did today on the Hill.
We hopefully spoke out to a few people to get them more interested in setting a humane table, to make the right decisions, to cook with a conscience and buy with a conscience.
So tell us a little bit what that means to you as a chef. I mean, you are also a chef with the beautiful mission. Your mission in your heart is also all about animals. I know you're a dog trainer. I bet many of our listeners don't know that.
No, I'm a dog trainer certified through positive reinforcement versus any other type of technique. I also have a dog rescue, green dog rescue project that I'm actively involved in. And just a fan of animals. They've always been there for me and they don't have a voice. So I think it's really important, especially someone who actually cooks for a living, to actually make decisions about how they're raised. I don't see a very big difference between domesticated pets and farm animals. There's a different end in product. We're looking for a companion versus sustenance, but I don't think those two things cancel each other out. And I think it's our job, my job as a chef, to show people the way that it's actually very easy to make the right decision. They just have to have the right information.
Well, that is very powerful. I think your message really resonated today. Particularly, you gave all of our people who joined us, members of Congress, you gave them some turkey advice. Can you share with our listeners what that was?
I can. The biggest thing about cooking any sort of protein that people make the mistake on, especially at Thanksgiving, is this turkey comes out of the oven and it looks beautiful and it's brown, it's juicy, and everyone's excited. You think it's done, but it's still cooking for at least an hour, so let it sit there. Let the juices rest. It'll be a much better product, so never cut right into it. Resist the urge.
Resist the urge to cut that golden turkey as it comes out of the oven. Wait at least 30 minutes, am I right?
30 minutes, yes. If not an hour, it'll still be warm, I promise you.
I love that. Well, today you also gave a gift to all of us in the audience, the congressional briefing. You gave a gift of a new recipe. You want to talk about that new recipe?
I'd love to, yeah. We did an American Humane Certified crispy chicken. And one of my passions is chicken is sometimes maligned in restaurants because it's dry or overcooked, but it doesn't have to be. So you cook it on the skin beautifully the entire time, super juicy. And I did it with we did it with a braised cabbage that can be made ahead of time and some chestnut confit that just with a little bit of brown butter and chestnuts. And you can make everything 3 or 4 days ahead of time and then do the chicken perfectly. And it's a wonderful fall-winter dish.
Sounds yummy. I know we'll be sharing it with all of our listeners, putting it on the Humane Heartland website. So for listeners, you can visit humaneheartland.org or visit the American Humane Association site and click on our Farm Animal Welfare Program, and you can see Chef Douglas Keane's gift to all of us for our Humane Table this holiday season. Chef Keane, thank you so much for being with us.
My honor, and happy holidays to everyone.
Thank you. As we all enter the holiday season, it's time for us to think about what we're going to serve our family members. And if you're an animal lover like I am, I know you want to make sure that your holiday table represents a humane table. And that's one reason today we went on Capitol Hill to share with members of Congress and indeed all of America that each day, every day, we should celebrate the bounty of our great nation, with a table that is humane. You know, we have a very special recipe that we talked about with Chef Douglas Keane. If you're interested in learning more about his American Humane Certified Crispy Chicken recipe, please go right to our website, humaneheartland.org, to pull the recipe off for your holiday cooking. I tell you, your guests are going to just love Chef Keane's very special American Humane Certified Crispy Chicken. It is delicious, just amazing. Well, we're entering the holiday season, my friends, and I have to give you all a plug for our best-selling book, Animal Stars, as you go throughout and celebrate Humane Table with your family members this holiday season and get ready for the shopping season. You know, feel free to visit Amazon.com and Barnes & Noble, stores right near you, and pick up copies of Animal Stars for your friends and for your family members. This book is full of charming stories, behind-the-scenes stories of our favorite animal stars, from Mr. Jinx and Meet the Fockers to, of course, the beautiful horse Finder, who played Joey in Warhorse. And I know you all will join me in celebrating Hudson and our idiot brother. You know, these animals do so many incredible things, and I know I fell in love with animals by seeing Disney movies. And so many other young people out there are looking for good things to read over the holiday season. Please pick them up a copy of Animal Stars and share your love of animals with the next generation. Thank you so much for tuning in, for celebrating the Humane Table with the American Humane Association. Look forward to speaking with you next week. A very exciting show coming your way. Please remember, this week and every week, let's remember to be humane. Take care.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.